when you kind of pursue those things, one thing that would come is that you would make mistakes, a lot of them. So be comfortable with that. It should be natural to you. Don't apologize and unnecessarily explain yourself over and over and over again. Focus on incorporating that lesson into your future course of action. Be silent, take in the feedback, and win through your actions. Stop listening to others who tell you who you are and what you should like or dislike. Make those choices by your own self. Experience and experiment with things. Yo guys, namaskaram. So, Debukidastak is a platform where we talk on mental health and a lot of other sensitive issues, right? So, basically, the entire aim of this channel is to build a community around sensitive issues and make people feel comfortable about themselves. So, basically, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Our mission is to empower you with ideas to live smartly and joyfully. The world is full of suffering, but let us increase our competence to deal with things joyfully. And just a tip, so all these are basically conversations, so I might suggest that you should watch these conversations at 1.5x. You can increase the playback speed through the button in the settings. Cheers and enjoy watching. Yo guys, namaskaram. So today I wanted to talk about, let's say, a situation wherein sometimes you feel that the group is kind of not adhering to your point of view. So actually someone had reached out to me with this problem, and I thought about it, and I thought that maybe these rules can really help someone specifically. So it was what came out of that discussion. Okay, so let's get started. So rule 1, like, never ever plead to the group for following your point of view. Observe all the people from that specific group whom you claim to have an impact on you. Read them deeply, study them. What are the specific things that they do to get them that position? Focus on building those skills. If we look from their perspective, they always think of helping people break their limitations and push the members from their natural resistance towards anything that helps the overall group. Cultivate that. This is a fundamental skill that you should develop, observing people's limitations and helping them break it. So, what this does is that you make it an objective pursuit instead of, thinking from your own subjective mind that, okay, I'll please them, I'll plead them, they'll help me get something. None of that shit. Be as objective as you can. Rule 2, be authentic. You have to be your natural self, and there are quite a few ways to go about it. If you are unsure about who you are, focus on mastering the conventional basics of that specific group or of your field for which you are chosen in that specific group. And then try turning them upside down. It helps you to get a lot of perspectives, and then you can choose what suits you best to your personality type. The best way to know what works is to constantly kind of keep on creating new options all the time in your life. If you also add the will to constantly tinker, it would make you stand out of the status quo. This helps you to walk a path that is different and completely unique to you. Like, walking this path more and more helps you to be more in, let's say, sight for who you are, instead of, when people gossip about you behind your back. So you would be a natural charismatic person if you just focus on building yourself authentically. Rule 3 would be focusing more on the outside world rather than your inside world by honing your listening skills and also your visual skills by observing. Learn to read the room, channel their needs for incorporating them into your own purpose. What remarkably good things can you learn from them? Focus on that. This helps you to elevate your perspective by detaching yourself from the current emotions and becoming a person who always keeps the purpose and the future in thinking. It is also very famous and I think familiarized by Goethe, a German writer, in one sense, because he used to study religiously from as many sources as he can, and this helped him to develop a global perspective in mind. Like, people used to compliment him, oh, you can, predict the future trends altogether. No, like, he did not had a magical power. It was just that he studied a lot of global trends. So I think we can bring that practicality into our own approach when we are, let's say, in a group. Rule 4 would be that if people doubt you, love them. since you would prove them wrong. It just requires patience on your end. If you're not able to achieve your goals, think more deeply and retract the course of action needed to achieve your goals. Replace talking all the time with being silent. The most powerful people are the silent ones who just read the room and deliver what's needed to be said at the right time. Never overpromise to feel good at that moment from the fake sense of appreciation you would receive. If you fail to deliver what you promised, you will be a major disappointment and lose your credibility forever in that group. It backfires. Leaders always underpromise and overdeliver. Rule 5 would be follow people who lead by example and also are accountable to the highest standards. You should cultivate this quality within your own self. Think about problems from a longer time than the actual time which you have allotted to them. But once you have made a decision, pursue it with great energy and boldness without thinking about the consequences. So, also, when you kind of pursue those things, one thing that would come is that you would make mistakes, a lot of them. So be comfortable with that. It should be natural to you. Don't apologize and unnecessarily explain yourself over and over and over again. Focus on incorporating that lesson into your future course of action. Just be silent, take in the feedback, and win through your actions. Rule 6. So, just to shift gears, I wanted to talk about this that Buddhism talks about having a higher self and a lower self. If you don't keep your animal nature in check, it would surely make your life fail. A practical way to make sure you are living a life which is to get in touch with your inner voice through some spiritual practices. Once you connect with that voice, start contributing to the culture of the group around you. Consider it a moral responsibility to share and improve what you think needs improvement. Man craves novelty. Give him that instead of always being a follower. Start leading by just sharing and improving what you feel the right course of action to be. This could be a very good rule in life, also, generally speaking, that you're always thinking to make everything around you better by 1% daily. The final rule: stop listening to others who tell you who you are and what you should like or dislike. Make those choices by your own self. Experience and experiment with things. Delete all those people who want to bring your animal nature from within, and also remove all those activities from your time which makes you a mindless animal instead of a conscious human being. Everything should be dedicated to your purpose, to the purpose of the group if you want to become a leader, or let's say to your own individual purpose per se. So these are like 7 fundamental rules which I thought of jotting down, and let me know what you feel about it. Until then, this is Debashish Pindra from Debukidastak signing off. Cheers. Just a couple of updates. So my website is live now. So you can go to www.debukidastak.com. There you'll find a lot of resources. I have my blog running there. I have my reading list for the year. If you have any suggestions, comments, I'll be happy to take that feedback in and improve, because I just want to build a community which is hell smart and just always living in the world of ideas and making things happen.